Hey everyone, Timco here, Method 2 Madness Films. I am here today with Carolina Hilderbrand, who plays our Detective Renee Montoya. I'm super excited to be interviewing her today and talking about her involvement with the girl in the mask. So, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Tell me, what's been up? How's work? You're doing some training and stuff, and at the same time auditioning and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, work has been good. I was getting ready. I had most of September blocked off for a film in Maryland. We don't know when it's going to film.
Okay.
And so I'm not holding those days anymore, but it's also been nice because there's a lot of other things going on as well, just in normal life outside of other characters.
Sure. Anything coming up that we should keep an eye out for?
Besides the girl in the mask?
Oh, besides the girl in the mask. I mean, yes. Do you keep an eye out for a girl in the mask?
Yeah. There's a faith-based film that we are in very early stages of pre-production. We haven't filmed or anything, but we're supposed to be filming in Capernaum Studios, which is where The Chosen is filmed.
Well, I'm glad we had a chance to work with you up in Chicago area.
That was amazing.
How familiar with the character were you, Renee Montoya, and what were your kind of first impressions of our version of the character with the script as you were reading through it?
The only version of Renee Montoya that I had really seen much of was in the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, and I kind of knew a little bit of her background in Becoming the Question. But in terms of like her origin story and everything, I'd never really dug into that as much until you sent me the script. And your script made me want to dig into her character more because I was like, who is this woman? Yeah. You know, like it's an exciting character that people don't know much about, but I feel like they should.
What are some of the key things that kind of pop out at you for the character that sort of set her apart from other characters?
She's one of those characters that isn't trying to be funny. She's totally serious. In her mind, she is the best. She's a badass. She doesn't listen to people very well. And yet people look at her and they're like laughing, you know, not at her, but they're like, you know, like, does she realize that she looks like this when she is doing this, you know? And I think that the trio together worked really well in adding that little bit of comic relief to the story as well. Yeah. I mean, Stephanie Brown does as well, but I like it when there's perfectly timed comedic moments, even in intense situations.
Sure.
So, and I love that. I do actually feel like I share a lot of personality traits with Montoya. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But
you tell.
I think we'll save that for the next interview.
I think a lot of her, the character, she sort of has this spicy personality. Like she's got this, you know, this sort of flair to her that's
sassy.
Yeah, it's very sassy, in sort of kind of a Latin way. Like if you were to see Montoya in like a salsa dancing scene or something like that, like everybody's eyes would be on her, right? She'd be like the center of attention. She knows exactly what she's doing, and she's like so precise.
She feels like she needs to be, maybe though too, because of where she works and who she's around. She just does it in a way that's a little funny sometimes, you know, because she goes a little too big.
Yeah,
but I love it.
So she is a Latin character, and so tell us a little bit about your background and where you came from.
Well, I was born here and kind of grew up in Peru and also here. My mom is from Peru. My dad is from here. But it's been really great, and I'm really blessed to have gotten to experience a Latin Peruvian traditional Christmas and then an American Christmas because they are done differently. And even going into New Year's and just holidays in general, they are celebrated a little bit. They go bigger. Getting both of those is really interesting to see because neither one is bad. It's just very different.
That kind of plays in well with the character as well. I mean, she has sort of that dual background kind of feel to her. So tell me about your first impressions and meeting and working with the rest of your cast, the trio.
Well, I was embarrassed because I had just spilled coffee on the director.
Yes, that was a fun moment.
So then Kevin comes out of the car, and I'm still trying to figure out where the coffee is. And he comes in and gives me this big hug, and I got coffee on him. He didn't even care. And then Timothy, same thing. He comes out. Everybody is just introducing themselves right in the middle of the airport, like streets. It's busy. It's crazy. And we get in the car, I'm like tomato faced and, everything chills out. But like, it was like, I felt like I was meeting friends that I already had, it wasn't like this random, I'm, getting in a car with strangers. It was really special. I knew that it was going to be a fun weekend after those 2 minutes.
That was a fantastic icebreaker, I gotta say. It was an interesting day for me because I went to pick up Tim in the morning.
Yeah.
And then like an hour later, Kevin's flight came in. And then an hour or two after that, your flight came in. So it was just like flight after flight the entire day. I came to pick you up and, give you a hug and the coffee thing. I was like, okay, we're friends now. You spilled coffee on me.
Yep. That's how it's done. Once you spill coffee on them, it's your best friends.
Yeah. I mean, you're coffee friends, right? Coffee's thicker than blood, right? So, that's definitely a memorable moment. Any other things that were sort of memorable about working with the cast or working on production?
When we got together to take that photo in front of the yellow tape. Yeah. And we were kind of just posing there. It was in the middle of the warehouse. It was definitely set up very crime scene, right? It felt very much like if you were in Gotham. And posing for that photo didn't really feel like we were posing for like a photo for behind the scenes. It felt like we were 3 detectives, cops, that were taking a picture for like a newspaper or GCPD. And that was really, really cool because it was just really cool. I didn't think that it would feel so real to me. And I think that's because of, the amazing cast. We were kind of in character like the whole time, honestly.
Yeah.
And that, and then the scene in my favorite scene. The scene where I'm walking through, that was, the scene I'm talking about.
That's a fun scene. I love how you pulled out the character and just the way she's walking through the halls is very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, on a mission. Oh, get out of my way. Back on a mission. The Bullock Montoya relationship. It's a one-of-a-kind kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they would take a bullet for each other.
Yeah.
Even though, despite, the fact that they bug each other, it's one of those like push and pull kinds of things.
They're sort of at odds because they have such a different approach to their jobs.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're friends, and like any, good police officers, that they would sacrifice themselves for each other. And I think you see that. And then those two characters kind of play off of each other in the comedic way that they do. But then when things get serious, the way that they work together, together with Gordon and that whole situation there, it just looks
very in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was natural. It just kind of, happened. Those little moments were so special. So
other than that, I mean, you got to wear our sponsors stuff like
Yeah.
all day. What was that
Yeah.
like?
I didn't want to take it off. I wore it to dinner that night, you
Yeah.
know? When do you not need to wear that? I
So
felt
our
guilty.
sponsor MC Armor is a Colombian armor company, and they sent us some real bulletproof vests for our cast to get into, and it really, as soon as you put that on, it was like this is real, right? And
Yeah.
And having an actual thing on you, knowing that you're bulletproof at that point, kind of lends to the character even.
I was actually a little bit worried about putting it on just because it felt so heavy before I put it on. And I was like, I'm going to be so tired walking around, you know, having to redo scenes over and over again. But once you put it on, it was not. I mean, I felt like I was just wearing like a shirt almost. And it also makes you feel really badass. It's very flattering. And yeah, I felt definitely kind of added to that whole making her feel almost another level of confidence. But it was, again, really cool. You know, I loved it. I kept talking about
Yeah,
it. So.
yeah. I mean, but you wore it all day for what, 2 days straight?
Yeah, I think that was the only time I think I took it off was for one outfit because it wasn't really needed. But that was it. I pretty much wore it the whole time.
So together with obviously the real vest and everything, we wanted everything to look and feel authentic. So there was a lot of talking about how to hold the guns, and obviously safety's first. Even when using completely non-firing prop guns, even if it was like a space gun or something like that, it's like, well, no, it's you got to pretend that it's real, and and then go beyond the pretend, but like believe that it's real. And then if you believe that it's real as an actor, then your character is going to come across as believing that it's real.
Yes, that was very fun, very important, and I think that it also helped. I mean, it'd been a while since I actually got like a refresher course on the safety of it and everything. I have experience with real handguns, but it's been a while since I've actually gone and shot them and actually focused on, you know, pulling from a holster and everything. So,
and you were using
really
a level 3 duty holster too, which was a little
yes.
different.
Yes, never used one of those before.
Yeah.
But it was really nice to do that because since we were able to practice with it and get comfortable with it, it looked a lot more natural on camera when we had to do that. And it was really fun.
And then, you know, working with actual Chicago police guys, you got to do that too. So
yes, that was a whole nother level of making it feel more real. It was knowing that we were working with actual law enforcement as well.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you would want the fans to know?
I think every character in this show is very special in their own way. I only saw a little bit. I only got to meet Adriana for a little bit, but I can tell that she is a star. I saw her when she came to try on the actual suit without everything else on, the cape and everything. It looked real good. And then the photos look even better. She's incredible. Kevin is incredible. Tim, Dave, they're all your brother. Everybody is just, they were phenomenal. We all worked together on set. Everything was just so well meshed. And I think that's going to show. So I think that, or I know it's going to show. So everybody should definitely tune in to see it and support it.
Yeah.
Because I'm really excited.
Well, I'm super excited about showing the world your Detective Montoya. It's good. It's good. And then also just putting her in the context with Tim and Dave's, Gordon and Bullock. It's just, you guys gelled so well together.
We're like best friends now.
Yeah. It was perfect. And you guys looked perfect together. It was just like the whole trio. It
looked legit, right?
Yeah.
Like it looked like we were GCPD.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to our interview here and our introduction to Detective Renee Montoya and Carolina Hilderbrand's version of her. And we're really excited that that we're working with her, and we can't wait to have her back to film some more scenes. So if you want to contribute to this project, do check out our Ko-fi page. Link is in the description down there. And also like, subscribe, and share. We do need all the support we can get to make this film happen in the way that we're really hoping that we can get it out there to you guys. Also follow all of our other socials so you keep up to date with everything that's going on. We've got a whole bunch of new stuff coming out, some giveaways and some exciting things, especially as we gear up to do our crowdfunding. We're gonna need some warriors to help us get the word out there. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much, Carolina, for sitting down and talking with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you guys next time.